Looks like there are some Malphite changes coming to the PvE, and I apologize in advance if the quality you can't actually read off the screen what the text says, but I am going to just read it verbatim, so that way all you have to really do is listen. And there we go. So it says, Malphite changes coming to the PvE. Hi everyone, my name is Lutzberg, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, and recently I joined Riot as a champion designer. We're doing a quality of life pass for one of League's oldest champions, Malphite, for the near future. While we're largely considering these changes as quality of life updates, we're also making a few mechanical changes to modernize Malphite's kit without taking away the rock-solid reliability he's known for. We'd appreciate feedback on the changes. For more context, we had two high-level goals. 1. Improve the visceral satisfaction of Malphite's abilities, i.e. make it more fun to push buttons. W in particular was unsatisfying to use as it lacked an immediate impact and its long duration made it hard to appreciate its power. And B, maintain Malphite's broad appeal, accessibility, and reliable team fighting prowess. So here's the full change list, which you're probably here for. Here we go, ready? Full change list. Passive, the Granite Shield. Malphite now glows when his shield regenerates. This should make it more clear when Malphite has access to a shield as a combat resource. Malphite's size now scales with his armor, becoming a literal mountain like the way you always dreamed of. Q, Seismic Shard. There's a couple here, so here we go. The range has been increased from 625 to 700, the missile speed has been increased from 1200 to 1400 and now spawns closer to its target on cast. The cast time has been increased from a quarter second to about 0.4 seconds. The AP scaling is being reduced from 0.6 to 0.4. Malphite no longer steals his target's movement speed. Instead, Malphite now slows his target by 20, 25, 30, 35, and 40%, and increases his own movement speed by 20, 25, 30, 35, and 40%. Speed duration reduced from 4 seconds to 3 seconds. Malphite no longer summons his earthen saw blade from behind himself, and instead casts it from his right arm. This now also increases how fast the missile reaches its target. Targets affected by Q are covered in molten rock effect for the duration of the slow. Other miscellaneous values adjusted, too many to mention in detail here, but overall this ability should have more weight to it and feel like a rock monster hurling a chunk of Summoner's Rift at his opponents. The Q saw a ton of micro tweaks that should amount to a more satisfying and useful button press. Malphite should now have an easier time reaching or fleeing from targets affected by its Cheese Will O Death. Now the W, which is probably one of the biggest ones, not the biggest one. Thunderclap, renamed from Brutal Strikes. On cast, Malphite resets his auto attacks and deals 40, 55, 70, 85, and 100 bonus physical damage, scaling with 0.2% armor and 0.4% AP. In addition, Malphite's auto attacks create aftershocks for the next 6 seconds, including the initial auto attack reset. These are frontal cleaves like Titanic Hydra that deal 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50 physical damage to all enemies in range of the cone, scaling with 0.1 armor and 0.2 AP. Remove. Malphite no longer gains 3 times his bonus armor while his shield holds. 4. Grants plus 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30% armor permanently. Basically, what they're saying down here now is, Brutal Strikes wasn't fun to use, and its power was hard to appreciate. The auto attack resets create some room for optimization without requiring too much mind share, and the cleave gives Malphite something to do after unloading his wombo. Conveniently, this also helps Malphite farm in a tower in bad lane matchups, which are most of them, if not maybe even all of them if you think about it. To balance all of his new power, we had to remove Malphite's 3 times armor multiplier. While it was fun to see huge armor numbers, this passive component wasn't practical enough to justify keeping. Since a lot of Malphite's damage scales with armor, it was also inadvertently increased his burst potential when building full tank. However, these changes are designed to be burst neutral, as Thunderclap's initial hit will make up for the highly situational damage that was lost. And then on his R, Unstoppable Force, Malphite's base skin now features an impact crater. It can't be stopped. We are currently exploring the possibility of upgrading Malphite's abilities, visuals, sound effects to coincide with this gameplay update. So as always, keep in mind that everything in the above list is tentative, including any new visual sound effects for you see on the PvE. Let us know your thoughts. Lutz. And the TLDR, as you've probably already seen, like Red Mercy and people putting out videos like how the AP build might be insane. I actually think of something really crazy to say, like, oh my goodness, Malphite's finally an actual mountain, because he actually now finally grows in size with like the more armor and stuff he gets. So that's actually something I might do, sorry. But that being said, Malphite, right? Like, you think of Malphite, you think of a champion that maybe even needed a rework, and here's kind of like a low-key rework without a model rework, right? They're trying to modernize his kit, rework one ability, and maybe that would be enough, and then if they actually do his model over, he's actually kind of good to go. Because when you think of Malphite, he is something iconic enough within League that maybe he didn't need like a full entire 5 new abilities, including a passive and stuff like that. He kind of had some iconic moments like with the R and stuff, but maybe he just needed a little bit more modern love, like the brutal strikes to help him farm under tower and stuff like that. And there's a video you can go find where if you see the effect, it's kind of like Titanic Hydra, where like you hit it, it's kind of like a cone, like Vi's E, but like on every hit. It looks like it's pretty useful to play Malphite, and pretty less painful if it is playing Malphite in the near future. So, in the comment section down below, what do you think about these changes? What do you think about maybe AP Malphite's potential, given these ratios and stuff, and what the new, like the brutal strikes now Thunderclap will do, and whatnot? Comment in the comment section down below. But thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification, the actual subscribe button. But I don't know which video will be next, because I could have a lot of kinks. So until this time, take care. GG, get jinxed. Thank you for watching, and enjoy pizza responsibly.